Video is probably not going to make me some friends. I am sick, but I thought this video was very important. There is a film that is playing in some theaters already and releasing in more this weekend. A very disgusting film that could be very harmful to this country of the United States of America. And I don't want to make this a political channel, but I do want to talk about this movie. And I should state, I have not seen this movie, and you shouldn't either. Um, Basically, this movie is called 20,000 Mules. This is a movie that Trump himself screened to the public, and it's about how in 2020 there was so much election fraud um, that Joe Biden became president of the United States through election fraud, and it wasn't a fair election. And I don't care what you think of that. This documentary is not just harmful because it spreads lies and fake news about the election being stolen. This documentary is harmful because we are at a time where Republicans are causing violence right now, and people are angry right now. So like Florida, for example, because of the Don't Say Gay bill and the governor's insistence that if you do not support them on this bill, you are a pedophile. If you're a part of the LGBTQ community and you do not support them on this thing, you are a pedophile. They have called Disney pedophile. They have called lots of people pedophiles. They do not care, right? People in that community, in the LGBTQ community, are being harassed and attacked in that state. This is not being wildly reported by Republicans because they don't give a shit. But this is violence happening because of Republican stances. We had a guy in Buffalo go and shoot up a bunch of black people because he believes in white replacement theory, which is something talked about on Fox News and lots of other conservative media outlets. Do they take credit or blame for this shooting happening? No. Instead, they continue to preach white replacement theory, and they also continue to talk about how critical race theory is being taught in schools. These are all instances of Republicans because they are angry about things that aren't happening. The LGBTQ community is not coming for your kids. They are not trying to teach your kid how to do anything sexual in nature. They are trying to teach your kid gender acceptance. If that is such a hard thing for you to understand, that you have to that your kid should learn to understand and not agree with or really care about, but just be okay with this group of people existing and mind their own business, then maybe you're the problem. If it's so hard for you to understand that black people are a part of this country and that they're not teaching critical race theory because it's not real, white replacement theory isn't real, none of these things are real, then maybe you're part of the problem. And we saw what happened in January of last year in this country after the election was quote unquote stolen. A bunch of people went and rioted at the Capitol. And I'm not here to say, oh, people on the left never cause violence in the streets, well, yada, yada, yada. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that right now, there are very angry people on the right, conservative end of the spectrum, who are right now causing violence in the streets. So there's this documentary that is full of fake news made to make people angry, and it's not going to help. If you believe that Joe Biden's election was stolen, great. Who cares? He's not leaving office. This documentary isn't going to help that. And people who believe that are crazy. He's not leaving office. It's not happening. until he is voted out in the next election, which may not even happen, he is in office. And, again, going back to what I was saying, January, after the election happened, a bunch of people went and rioted at the Capitol. That is violence by conservatives who believe the elections was stolen. And make no mistake, that was a violent act of terrorism on this country. And people who constantly say shit to me about how they weren't doing anything, they were just trespassing. I've literally heard people tell me this, and they've told me, oh, they just locked them up in jail for so long. Excuse me, they didn't go into your neighbor's backyard and not leave when they were requested to. No, they attacked the. I wouldn't even say attacked, but they stormed the Capitol. Like, this isn't just your neighbor's backyard that they trespassed on. This is a big deal, And I'm tired of Republicans being so caught up in their beliefs lately that they are literally not acknowledging beliefs, the truth. Guess what? A lot of Republicans are out there talking about how there's food shortages and all these terrible things going on and how inflation's going up. Well, guess what? Baby formula is at an all-time shortage in this country. Democrats passed something to increase production of baby formula to meet the demand. No Republicans voted on it. Republicans are not making things happen in this country like people seem to think. They are actually acting against this country lately. They're just complainers, and they're actually causing violence right now against Black people, against LGBTQ people, against just leftist people in general. I don't care that you're a Republican. I care that you are a person because make no mistake, I don't think being Republican is the problem here. I think it's the harmful beliefs that are coming with being a Republican right now. And I know a lot of these beliefs are the far right, but they blend enough into the non-far right and just the right in general that it's enough of a problem. It's really easy to be a soft Republican and be swooshed over and become part of the far right. And this is a scary thought that's happening right now. So please do not support this movie. This movie is disgusting. It's offensive. It is harmful to this country. And do not comment in this damn comment section about how this film is a good film and it's doing good, because again, there is violence in the streets. Even if you believe this film is doing good, let me tell you something. Do you think that angry Republicans causing violence in the street is good?